Good morning everybody, myself Mitan Das. I am a lecturer of Polytechnic College. Today I will discuss about topographical control. Now, at first you have to know one thing, that what is topographical control, or let's talk about the horizontal control. A horizontal control point is defined as any survey point whose position has been previously determined. Now, let's see this. Horizontal control is required for initial survey work, that is detail survey, and for setting out. Now the simplest form of horizontal control is a traverse, which is used to find the coordinates of control or traverse stations. There are two types of traverse. First is closed traverse, second is open traverse. That is nothing but this is polygon or loop traverse and it is link traverse. Generally, closed traverse is applicable in case of ponds or any water bodies, okay, but not applicable in case of river or big river, okay. Now, option B, this is known as link traverse or open traverse. Open traverse is applicable for roads, railway, etc. Now we will discuss about methods of establishing horizontal control. The first stage in topographic survey of a large area is generally the establishment of a horizontal control in or around the area. The horizontal control provides an accurate skeleton of the survey work, which is later filled in with details. Accurate skeleton of the survey work means the main portion of the survey work. Okay. For an extensive survey, generally a primary system of control is established first, then it is extended by a secondary system of control. However, in surveys of limited extent, only the primary control is established. Okay, this primary control is established, but its accuracy generally corresponds to the accuracy of the secondary control of the large areas. The required precision of horizontal control depends upon scale of map and the size of tract. What is scale of map in this context? In this context, scale of map is nothing but the ratio between map distance and ground distance. Okay. Now, the horizontal control have following methods, or the methods of establishing the horizontal control should be selected keeping in mind the precision required and the suitability of the method. What is the suitability of the method? Suitability means whether it is advantageous or disadvantageous, that is what is positive or negative. If suitable word stands for positive, then non-suitability stands for negative. And precision means how precisely you can do the work. The following methods are commonly used in case of establishing horizontal control. First is traverse system, second is triangulation system, third is photogrammetry system, fourth is Doppler positioning system, fifth is inertial positioning system, like this. Okay. Now I am going to discuss the methods. First is traverse system. Let's take a look on this figure. Here is the traverse system. This is closed traverse. This is open traverse. The primary traverse for an intermediate scale map is usually run with a theodolite and a tape. What is theodolite and what is tape? Theodolite is a surveying instrument by which we can measure the horizontal angle and vertical angles, etc. And what is tape? Tape is used for linear measurements, which is of 20 meter or 30 meter. Okay. The traverse system should be suitably selected. The traverse lines are generally taken along roads, ridges, valley lines. Okay, that means the traverse lines are generally taken along roads, railways, valleys, ridges, etc. Okay, to minimize the cumulative effect of errors, it is desirable to arrange a closed traverse of length not exceeding 10 to 15 km and to divide the tract into roughly equal areas. Now, checks for azimuth should be applied for astronomical observations, or they can be applied by astronomical observations. What are the astronomical observations include? Observation of the zenith, nadir, circumpolar star, visible horizon, etc. Now, what is azimuth? Azimuth is nothing but the true bearing. Azimuth is also called as true bearing. What is true bearing? The angle between true meridian and a line is known as true bearing. Okay. And what is true meridian? True meridian is the plane passing through geographical north pole, geographical south pole, and a point on the surface of the earth is known as true meridian. True meridian is constant for a place. For extensive areas, the convergence of meridians should be taken into account while applying the azimuth check. If a secondary traverse is required to be established inside the primary traverse, it is desirable to run secondary traverse simultaneously with the primary traverse. However, the primary traverse or the secondary traverse is usually run separately to establish the instrument stations from which the details are located. Let's take a look on the second method, that is triangulation method or triangulation system. Now, what is triangulation? Generally, triangulation means suppose this is a chain survey work. So, in case of chain survey, triangulation is the basic principle of the chain survey. Triangulation means the whole area should be divided into a number of triangles. Here you can see this is a triangulation system, and these are known as satellite stations or main stations, or they are known as control points. That is this station, this station, this station, this stations. Okay, triangulation can be used to establish primary and secondary control of extensive areas in hilly region. Triangulation is also used for areas of limiting extent if the traversing is likely to be slow and difficult. Such conditions exist in urban areas where there is heavy traffic and there is rugged mountainous region. However, the triangulation system is not suitable for heavily wooded region because high observation towers are required for intervisibility of triangulation stations, and the cost of erection of high observation towers are very much. They can only be justified if the survey is of large extent. That means the triangulation towers or high erection towers or high observation towers can be erected in the places where there is large area. Okay, this is the large area. Now, the primary triangulation station can be established on summits to have intervisibility of the stations. What do you mean by intervisibility of the stations? Intervisibility is nothing but the station can be seen from the another station, or this station can be seen from another stations. Okay, suppose this is a station and this is a station and this is the number 3 station. So from number 3 station these two stations can be visible. They are this is known as intervisibility, or these stations are known as intervisible stations. Okay, now suitable signals are also elected if necessary. A baseline is selected and measured accurately with help of invert tape or an EDM instrument. Now, what is baseline? Baseline is the longest line in any survey work. Generally, baseline is the longest line in chain survey from which we can locate details such as offsets. Okay. Now, what are the offsets? Offsets means the lateral measurements to the object from the chain line. Now, what is invert tape? Invert tape is a tape by which we can measure distances in high temperature. Invert tape has degree of accuracy very high. Now, what is EDM instrument? EDM means electromagnetic distance measurements. It used a principle of reflecting sound. That means when the wave transmitted from the source to the reflector, it calculates the time of traveling from source to reflector, by which it can measure the distances or calculate the distances. Now, the azimuth of the lines are determined by astronomical observation. What are the azimuth? Azimuth is nothing but true bearing. Okay. Now, what is true bearing? True bearing means the angle between two meridian and a line. Let's talk about the trilateration system. Let's take a look. This is a trilateral. These figures used in trilateration system. Trilateration system, like triangulation, consists of triangles. These are triangles. Okay, these are triangles. But in trilateration, all the three sides of the triangles are measured with EDM instrument. What is EDM instrument? EDM stands for electromagnetic distance measurement. It is based on trigonometric proposition that if the three sides of a triangle are known, then the three angles can be calculated or computed. Thus, all the three sides of the triangle are found. If the azimuth of one line is measured in the field, the direction of all the lines can be computed. The position of coordinates of all the trilateral system can be computed, and a plot has been made, as in traverse and triangulation. Okay, let's discuss about inertial positioning system. This system consists of three accelerometers mounted on three mutually perpendicular axes. Here, these are the accelerometers. They are, and these are the three axes: northing, easting, and z. Okay, and a gyno system for finding the north direction. There is also an onboard computer for computing the coordinates of the station occupied by the system. The system is usually mounted on a vehicle. Okay, this system is mounted on a vehicle. The survey starts from a station of known position where gyno system is used to orient the instrument in the north direction. Now let's take a look. Here is gyros. Okay. Now the vehicle is then moved to another system whose position is required. The accelerometers measure the accelerations along the three orthogonal axes, and the computer computes or calculates the changes in position by integrating the acceleration measurement with time. Here are the accelerometers. They measures the accelerations along with the three axes. Okay. The main advantage of this system is speed with which the survey can be done. However, the system is very much costly. The stations established can be used for running a secondary traverse for topographic survey. So this is a inertial positioning system. Okay. Let's take a look of Doppler positioning system. This is also known as satellite Doppler positioning system. In this system, an antenna is mounted on a surface station whose position is required to be determined. You can see here is the antenna. Okay. Now the antenna receives the signals from Earth orbiting satellites. The position of the antenna station is determined from the coordinates of the satellite. That means the position of the antenna is determined by the coordinates of the satellites and from the signals by the computers. Okay. Here, this is a figure which shows sea wind measurement by Doppler positioning system. Here, DNS means Doppler navigation system. Okay. Now, let's take a look on photogrammetry system or aerial photogrammetric method. Why aerial photogrammetry term is used? Aerial means the photogrammetry survey can be used by help of aerial, that means from aeroplane. The pictures are taken from the aeroplane. If the pictures are in vertical position with respect to the camera axis and the plane of the earth or earth surface, If the camera is proper in the vertical portion to the ground surface or the earth surface, then it is known as vertical photogrammetry system, and the photo is termed as vertical photo. If it is tilt at any angle, it will called as oblique photogrammetry system, and the photo is termed as oblique photo. For vertical photo, this you are seeing the photo which is known as vertical photogram. Okay, and these marks are called as control points. Okay. Now, aerial photogrammetry methods can be used for establishing horizontal control for small scale mapping of large areas. However, the method can be used dependently. That means it cannot be used independently. It requires a basic framework of triangulation or trilateration established by the traditional method. Now, what is triangulation? Triangulation is nothing but a system consists of many triangles. Now, in triangulation, the most preferable triangle is well-conditioned triangle. What is well-conditioned triangle? Well-conditioned triangle is nothing but the angles of a triangle is not less than 30 degree but not more than 120 degree. Okay. Thank you.